we enter a weekend of FA Cup action that we are not a part of, I think it's a good time to take a step back and have a little dissection of West Ham's season so far. Turbulent is the word that comes to mind, but a sense of calm has been instilled in the last few weeks for me. I hope you are aware. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on this Friday night. I thought you two gentlemen would be out hitting the town, getting on it, but no, you're here with me.
Those days are gone for me, Jake, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and I've got to get up and go to work tomorrow, mate. So,
blimmin' out. Well, I've got to get up and go to work on Sunday. I mean, it's a hard life. Trust me, it's a hard life. Gary's looking very autumnal tonight with his green on. I have to say, Gary, I've never seen such an expansive outfit from yours truly, so I respect that.
Thank you,
Was there any thought process behind it? Or was it just, you know what, I fancy that today?
My wife liked it.
Oh,
when you get to a certain age, Jake, Michael
Yeah.
I expect your wife tells you what to wear most of the time.
yeah,
Is that right, Mike?
Do what we told. Yes, that's right, mate.
You do what you're told. Afternoon, Lone Star. I hope you are well. Evening, Fahad. Sorry to keep you from getting on it, Jake. No, you're not keeping me from getting on it at all. Not tonight. That was last week. Right, so we're going to have a little chat about the season so far. We're not going to go all the way back to the dark days of Julian Lopetegui, but we will just touch upon it. It feels like a lifetime ago. It feels like an age. It feels like a completely separate season, to be totally honest. And I think that speaks volumes of what Graham Potter's done in the short time that he's been here. But it just feels like, for me, Mike, certainly just in the sort of distant past.
Yeah, I'm glad about that as well. To be totally honest, yeah, it does seem like ages ago. Things like it's been there a long time, but yeah, it's just, I just think it's fresh, it's bright, to be totally honest, it is so much better. You can see the togetherness on the pitch, and I'm enjoying watching it a whole lot more.
Absolutely. It felt like a change was needed. Listen, I mean, we could have gone down this year if we kept Lopetegui there, but I don't think we're going to go down now. There's not any risk of that, Gary, but it was just really, really dire. We didn't think it could get much worse, but it did. And I think it was just the identity that was noticeably lacking, and it seems to have been reinstalled, which is good.
It was such a shame because I don't know many fans that were pleased with the appointment in the first place. And it was very, very evident very early on that it wasn't going to work. And rather than admit they made a mistake, they ploughed on, and he kept getting some freak results like the win at Newcastle, and then we beat Ipswich, and fair to the results. And we just, I think it annoyed me, Jake, YouTube say the same thing. But when you went there, you had no idea what we were doing. There was just no cohesion or anything going on. And it seems now everybody's got their energy back and the mojo back, and Kudus looks like he's running a bit more, and Paqueta looks like he's running a bit more, and the players seem to know what's going on. And it's nice to see Ollie Scarlett getting a few games.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to touch on the Kudus thing, and words and pictures is also following on from what you said, saying Potter's turned Kudus into a team player. That is impressive. Mike, I don't know about you, but there was a lot of frustration targeted towards Kudus on Monday night. I thought there was a lot of people that were getting frustrated with him, and I think that's been coming for a while. And people are, from where I stand, there's some frustration. I mean, I'm a bit frustrated with him. I don't think he's hit any heights this season, to be totally honest.
No, that often happens though, doesn't it? Second season, I mean, people work him out, and to be fair to him, every time he gets a ball, he's got three players around him. They know what a danger is. That's the thing. So that should leave room for someone else to step in. I to be fair, you can't knock him for not trying. He just gave the ball away in a couple of dangerous positions, really. And I think that got people thinking, oh, come on, you know what I mean? You can do better than that. But let's face it, he is a gifted player. He's strong. I know he's had to play sort of slightly different roles than where he's probably best suited. But I just think Potter's come in and he gets West Ham. You know what I mean? And the fans get him. There's a connection between him and the fans now. He knew that he was clever. He put a couple of them young lads in the squad, which He was probably forced into that, but he's given them game time and they've done well, and that goes a long way with West Ham fans. So
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
got that, and but there's so many. I think they just can understand what he's trying to get over to them, and I think there's more of an understanding of what we're going to do today. I think beforehand we're all looking around at each other going, what are they trying to do? And the players are looking at each other going, what are we meant to be doing here?
It just was our type of amusement, absolutely. Gary, just pick up that point on Kudus, because I get the sense, and I've had it all season, it's like Kudus to me has reminded me of the player on school field that thinks he's better than everybody else and just hogs it and just tries and keeps all of it. He needs to pass more. And yeah, I understand he has players around him, and whenever he gets the ball and tries to do his turn and go, he runs into traffic every time because he just gets surrounded. And I think that sums up the threat that he can bring, because teams have acknowledged that and they've targeted him in that sense. But he's just becoming more and more ineffective in that sense. He's turning and losing the ball straight away, whereas that wasn't happening last season.
No, I think last season people hadn't worked him out, and he Mike hit the nail there. He's very strong for a small lad. He's really strong. He's very hard to get off the ball. Reminds me a bit of Maradona. I know he's not nowhere near as good, but that low centre of gravity, very difficult to get off the ball. His biggest problem, we all agree, he doesn't lift his head up ever. He's always got his head down. He's not aware of what's around him, and he does try, as you say, Jake, to beat three people at once, and he can't. They're in the Premier League now, playing against us three. He's playing against good defenders and good midfielders. He needs to maybe play a bit more one touch, which he never does. Just move it off a little bit more. But he's a good player. But I'm fully expecting to be sold in the summer, hopefully for some good money, and then we can use that to reinvest.
What will we taking, chaps? I mean, it's not our money, so it doesn't particularly matter that much. But what would be your bar for selling Kudus?
His clause is 80 million, is it, or 85? Is it?
85 is the release clause.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take that, to be totally honest.
Absolutely.
So would I.
If we get offered that, I'd say thank you very much. He's been
myself
and but to be totally honest, we could buy 2 or 3 really good players for that, I think, or players that would strengthen our squad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's quite. Sure. It's like to got rid of Tim Stein as well, because we've got this new guy in from Chelsea that used to work with Potter at Brighton. So interesting to see what sort of players he can unearth, because they've got some great track records in the past. These guys.
Yeah, and that's also a key talking point that has come out this week in terms of Tim Stein. It's almost as if you had my show plan in front of you, Gary, because that was my next point. And Gary needs to put 10p in the meter. There he is. There we go. Tim Stein has departed the club, and he's actually come out and spoke quite highly of the club this week. But there's also been a bit of an expose this week as well, as he's departed the club. Apparently, he's been stirring the pot in terms of Lopetegui and with the whole Todibo fiasco and everything else. And there's no denying he's brought some quality players to the club. We've just talked about Kudus, and we can recognise the brilliance that he brought to the club last season. Alvarez didn't barely put a foot wrong last season, but these players have got small weaknesses, and they're starting to get exploited. Tim Stein, Gary, he's gone. Will he be looked back on fond in your eyes from what he did for the club?
Not really, I don't think. I think Kudus, by all intents, I'm told, was a Noble purchase. Mark Noble spotted him, and the deal was virtually done. Tim's very good, apparently, at getting deals over the line. But his biggest deal was flying to Brazil 5 times and getting, what's his name, Luis Guilherme, who's played an hour's football. To be fair, he didn't look too bad, but he's obviously not, trusted, because we've got all our forwards are out at the moment, and he's still on the bench, so he's obviously not trusted.
But we've got a lot of him, have we? To be fair, when he come on, he's looked quite dangerous. He looks quite strong, quite quick as well.
He's a big lad for 17, 18, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's physically there. You know what I mean? And the little bits and pieces we've seen of him, I think there's something there. I really do. But, you'd think, like Gareth's just said, with the people we've had out, Somerville, obviously all our strikers, that he would have been given a chance by now. But he hasn't been really given a proper chance yet. So we can't tell, can we? What can he do?
Yeah, and I think it was a bizarre signing. It really was. And listen, at the end of the day, was he a good sort of investment? Guilherme, I'm talking about there. Was it? I mean, was the whole trips? I mean, he took about 5 trips to Brazil, and it felt like, from what I've understood, he couldn't find anything. And then on his last trip, he went, "Christ, I've got to validate all these trips here. I've got to, bring something back with me." And he's went and gone, "Right, we'll have you, mate." And we paid God knows how much money for him and all the rest of it. And it just hasn't quite worked out. So yeah, it seems like he's very good at finishing deals off and getting in the picture. And whether he was really the bee's knees, we'll never know.
That being said, a lot of big Portuguese clubs were in for him in the transfer window. So I think we'll probably get good chunk of money back. I think his biggest favourite, in my personal opinion, is Mavropanos, who's been an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
When he comes on, you guys were there on Monday, but when you saw him come on, you must have thought, "Oh God, here we go."
Literally, yeah. I was like, why is he?
He made every single game. Sometimes he looks brilliant, and then he just, I don't know.
I've never seen so many people lose their rag when he had that P-roller shot at the end. Like, I was past the point of having any energy left to get angry, but people got very angry around me. And to be fair, it's understandable. Now, I've just been multitasking for the last couple of minutes because we've been talking about money, right? Money in football. And I've also got to segue this on, right? I've bought a webcam, posh camera, because this thing keeps malfunctioning and I keep leaving. So it's been an expensive week at West Ham Unofficial, right? Mike knows where this is going. I've had to buy a webcam, right? Monday night, right? Gary, you listen to this. So I thought I'd do the nice thing. We got in the ground, right? And I fancied a chocolate bar. Mike, do you want a drink? Yeah, go on. What do you want, a pint? No, I'll have a Coke. Right. I'm thinking, right, that's going to be cheaper. Good. Here we are. So I didn't even look at the board. I was like, it'll be like £3. Gary, guess how much a twirl and a bottle of Coke was on Monday night in Stamford Bridge?
At the Bridge? Oh, bloody hell. You were talking a tenner at least.
£6.60, wasn't it? £4.50 for a bottle of Coke, right? And it wasn't even that cold, Mate. I handed it over and went, "It's not even that cold, wasn't it?" And believe it or not, I was quite, I was quite nifty with it. Ready? Right? I had to get a picture, right? I had to get a picture to show. So the look on your face there, Mike, you were displeased with the Coke, weren't you? Really?
But I was pleased that you bought it, Jake. But
well, I know. I tell you what, my accountant weren't pleased when he saw us spent £6.60.
That's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
It's Chelsea, mate. What do you expect?
Yeah, Chelsea and Arsenal are the worst places to go as away fans.
Yeah.
Arsenal's even worse, Jake. You remember Arsenal?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Arsenal's terrible as well.
Honestly,
it's like 20 quid for pie and chips or whatever it is.
Stupid. So, Mike, did you like your Coke?
Well, I was really thirsty. And I wanted something to quench my thirst. So I thought, I'm not going to have another pint. I've got to drive back when I get back. So I thought I'll just have something to quench my thirst. But I don't think it really worked, to be honest, Jake.
There we are. See, that was my, me being charitably nice, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to reward Mike.
I mean, you two in the stadium. When I was watching at home, I thought we ran out of legs a little bit in the second half. Is that what you felt as well?
Yeah, I thought we ran out of steam a little bit, Gary, to be totally honest. I thought, we had to do a lot of defending. To be fair, Chelsea in the first half, they had a lot of the ball, but they couldn't do anything with it. Their finishing was diabolical. And I thought we might, I did say to Jake before the game, I think we might get a draw here, But that first one killed us because that was a definite foul on Bowen.
Oh, and, God.
And everyone was, I think it wound everyone up so much that it's happened again at Chelsea. We've been cheated out of it, and then a lucky deflection. At the end of the day, we was a little unlucky not to come away with a point there. I think.
I was very impressed.
Away from Chelsea, they were a better team on the night. I've got to admit that. But we had 8 players unavailable, and everyone said before the game, if Potter can get a tune out of this lot, he is a bloody wizard.
I was very impressed with Bowen's first game back, considering.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, I said that.
He took his goal really well, really well.
Yeah, I said that on the way back. I was astounded at his fitness and level of work rate and shift he put in, considering being out for over a month. Right, he never stopped running. Took his goal perfectly, and it was a brilliant performance from Bowen. And that's the precise reason why we've missed him so much over the last few weeks. Fathead, our best signing of the window is finding the cupboard where we've been keeping the real Paqueta. Yeah, and he was noticeably missed on Monday night as well. He was brilliant at Villa, and then for him to pick up that injury, so we missed this game. That was unfortunate because I felt if we'd have signed Ferguson 3 days before, if we'd have got him in there and he'd have been all right, I think we win or at least get a point from that game there. Right, because we just let, especially in the second half where they were coming at us, we lacked a sort of focal point up front. We lacked somebody to just take the ball and take it away, because it was just coming. Once they'd scored one, it was inevitable they were going to score two. It was just coming back at us, and we couldn't stem the flow of attack from Chelsea. So it seemed like as soon as they got the first, then that was it, really. I thought we'd go on and concede another, and unfortunately, we did. Right, next 5 games: Brentford, Arsenal, Leicester, Newcastle, Everton. So Brentford home, Arsenal away, Leicester home, Newcastle home, and Everton away. Gary, talk us through those in terms of points that you'd desire.
Well, Brentford I'm quite confident about, because I think from what I read, Paqueta will be back. Ferguson should be available. So we're going to Tadino may even be back. We should have a nice, stronger team there. So I'm confident we'll get 3 points there. Arsenal away is always going to be a tough game. So, if we get into there, we've done well. Leicester at home should beat them. Newcastle home, we went up there, so why can't we beat them? And Everton away is the old Moyes derby, so that should be interesting. See that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, for me, I think we'll get a draw against Brentford. I don't think we'll beat them, but then again, I also think we'll get a draw at Arsenal. I don't know, there's something about it, them at the moment, and us looking better, and the whole Rice thing. Do you know what? Did anyone else thoroughly enjoy that on Tuesday night when Declan Rice got knocked out of yet another cup because he went to North London to win trophies, and he's doing the exact opposite, which is just joyous to watch. But anyway, Leicester will beat them. We never beat Newcastle at home. We just always seem to lose to them at home. So I'm going to say we're going to lose that. And you rightly point out the Moyes derby. We're going to be there. And I've got a sense that that's not going to go to plan. I'm going to be honest. Moyes against us. I hope we do. And to be fair, we should, as an away contingent, give him a good clap. I do expect him to walk a little bit over, because we never got to at Man City because all the fans ran on the pitch. So we never got to say that final farewell. So I expect him to walk halfway over and give a bit of a clap. But I feel like he's going to do us. There's just something about it with the whole Moyes thing, and that could come back to bite us. Mike?
Yeah, I'm quite confident. Let's face it, we probably only need to win 3 more games. Probably 2 more games and we're safe, Yeah. And a couple of draws. I mean, by the time we play Everton, we could both be basically safe, because, I mean, Leicester, I think, were the poorest team we played this year. I thought, how we ever lost it.
I know, that's amazing.
Shots to their 4 on the night, and we end up losing 3-1. It's just, well, yeah. I don't see us losing against Leicester with a decent squad. If we get our players back, we should beat them. Brentford, like I say, a draw probably. Arsenal, you never know. I mean, we haven't
got a bad record there, have we?
No, we haven't. We beat them last year. We've had good wins against them.
We always push them close at the Emirates. That's the one thing. I mean, just before COVID, we lost there 1-0 and we had countless chances. We beat them back there in, 2016 or whatever. Boxing Day a couple of years ago, we took the lead that day. Last year, I was in Gary's mansion that night. Blimey, I felt like a king.
There's a game that we haven't mentioned is Newcastle are playing their cup final. Oh. We're playing them on the Monday, and they're playing the cup final on the Saturday.
Oh, blimey, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot of players who ain't going to want to get injured.
Yeah, there won't be too many tackles flying in that day, will there?
No,
he might even rest a couple. You never know.
He probably would, to be totally honest. It all depends where they are in the league or whatever. But
he'll probably rest Isaac and bring in Callum Wilson, who never scores against us, of course.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd expect the likes like Bruno Guimaraes might get a bit of a rest, and that's an interesting point to make on that. Yeah,
I don't know, like people like Joe Linton and that who put themselves about. He's a walking yellow card all the time. Yeah. I think.
He's a Newcastle Alvarez, isn't he?
He's not been sent off this year. I've watched some games, and he's like our Alvarez, isn't he? He's our Alvarez. Yeah, he is. It's like that Cucurella. Every challenge he makes is a flipping foul. How he didn't get booked, I don't know, against us. You know, there's
Again,
players, you know,
the referee was terrible, I thought, on Monday again.
oh, he was
Awful.
yeah. I mean, there was a challenge that Casado put in, which was up
Yeah.
above there.
On Irving, yeah.
Yeah, on Irving, and nothing happened. You know, I think some players just get away with it. Did you see Van
Yeah.
Dijk? Right,
Van Dijk, that was a bit suspect, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
he
no,
does
definitely.
that regularly and doesn't even get booked. And
No,
you know what? People don't even talk about it.
no.
You know, the other day when he just barged, who was it? Gordon. You know,
Mm.
and some players just seem to, you know, they think they're above it. Do you know what I mean? You know, that does my
Yeah,
head
definitely.
in.
Definitely some bias. Definitely some bias. Whatever everyone says, definitely bias. It's really difficult to go to a Big Six club when you're not one of the Big Six and get the decisions. It's really difficult.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Michael says, when we have the front line back, those teams can't gang up on Kudus. Too many other players to worry about. Then we will see the best of them. Now, just a question off the back of that. Somerville's out again for 2 months, unfortunately. I do feel for him a lot. But hypothetically speaking, let's put all of our players back into the fold here. Okay, right? So
Everybody's fit, you mean?
Everybody's fit, attacking wise. Does Kudus get in your first 11, Gary?
We've got Ferguson as well, yeah?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Don't forget Danny Ings.
You've got Ferguson up top, you've got Bowen on one side, Paqueta, and then Somerville's been the form player, but I think Potter would pick Kudus over him personally.
Yeah, Mike, would you agree?
I would pick Kudus if we had all the others with him. I think you'll get more out of Kudus.
Yeah, that's what Michael said. Yeah.
To be totally honest, I think if he's got like people like Paqueta and you know what I mean, Bowen, Paqueta, Ferguson, who can hold the ball up as well. I think, you know.
What's his stats this season? You got in front of you? These goals and assists.
Kudus.
Got many, he got 2 or 3 goals. He got one at Spurs, didn't he? Remember that?
Yeah.
Was that before he punched everyone?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Mohamed Kudus stats. Oh, hurry up! You put me on the spot here, Gary. Now it's telling me to sign up. Right, current season. So Mohamed Kudus' stats this season. He's played 19 games. He scored 3 goals and an assist. So 4 goal contributions in 19 games. In 1,472 minutes, 4 goal contributions.
It's not brilliant, is it? I don't think.
That's not a good return, to be fair. And I thought he would have been one of our best assisters this year, the position he plays. I thought he would be able to top assists. But, yeah, when you look at that, it don't make great reading, does it? But then again, I put a lot of it down to the way that he's got 3 players around him.
He does. Mr. Steady Hansen's joining us. Can't stand weekends without West Ham football. I don't even rate international football weekends anymore. Oh, well, great show. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, because it's FA Cup this weekend, and we've got an international break coming up next month as well in March, which separates some fixtures. So yeah, it is what it is. We're going to miss Tim's way. He sold the project to get these players. Well, so he says. But yeah, I think there is a legitimate point there in terms of he's managed to get these players. I don't know what you said to him, that we've got an amazing training ground, which we don't, which we which we win trophies, which we very rarely do. So I'm not quite sure what you said. 3 people went to Amsterdam: Tim, Mike, and me. It's Tim, Mike, and I. But I can let the grammatical error pass. And we don't get a song. Well, did you go to Dam and smoke some?
We drank plenty of.
Yeah, you drank plenty of way. Yeah, Mike, I saw the videos. I didn't see that. Christ. Blimey, Mike thought he was 21 again, and then went and slept on some massage chairs.
Why in Amsterdam? Why not?
Yeah. Andy, hope you are. Thanks for joining us. Jake's buying breakfast tomorrow. Well, I don't think Jake's bank balance can afford that. I've forked out lots of money, right? I see.
£50 Coke, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Well, I've had that. I've had to buy a webcam. I was so good last weekend, right? When I went out, I bought all of my birthday presents up until the end of March, right? All done.
Have you bought your Valentine's Day present?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I could have predicted that, right? Yes, that's done as well, right? So it's been an expensive week, actually. And I've been paid, and it doesn't feel like I've been paid. So, honestly.
Welcome to the real world, mate.
hard
Always.
times. Potter gets a team organised with shape. He does.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Same ref that disallowed Cornet's goal as Chelsea says, oh, well, there we are. There we are. Next 5 games, 10 points under Potter, hopefully. 33 points will keep you up this year. The 5 teams at the bottom are really bad. They certainly are. Kent, well, 10 for the next 5 all depends on injury returns. Let's have a look here. Gravy, well, evening, lads. Hoping we see Ferguson next week. One thing you get from Irish players is hard work. Can't wait for Bowen, Paqueta and James Ward-Prowse. Feeling one player we haven't discussed. James Ward-Prowse, of course, returns to the club on deadline day. Gary, you were a fan of him, weren't you, in his first stint at the club?
Not massively.
No, you weren't, were you? You were sorry.
No, but I think that he's a trier, any Ward-Prowse. He does try, and I'm not sure he's the future of our club, but it's nice to have him back in the squad. He wasn't getting used at all at Forest, was he?
No.
And we're still waiting for the famous free kick goal that we signed him for.
Oh,
so
yeah.
hopefully,
Well, you scored one from a corner at Wolves. You scored one directly from a corner, but we've yet to see the direct free kicks. And maybe, I mean, Mike, the good positive is that whenever we're on TV now, we can have the old he's one goal off David Beckham. You know, the commentator can wheel that back out again, can't he?
Yeah, he's another body though, isn't he? You know, I think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
The squad was, you know, we were using, 2 goalkeepers and 3 youth players, which is great. I want to see them lads on there. I really do. But, he's another body and he's someone to bring on if you've got a free kick at the end. He's going to stick one of them top bins. Eventually.
Were you there, Mike, last season for the Leverkusen game?
Yes.
He was brilliant that first half, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant.
He was all over the place. He was picking up the ball. He wanted the ball. And he's one of those players, mine, that, what I like about him is he wants the ball. He's not scared to get on the ball.
No.
That was like, don't want to go to other games and other teams, but like Tottenham last night, they were all scared to get on the ball. No one wanted the ball. You've got to be brave enough to get that ball to feet and keep moving it and keep passing it, and you'll get it down the pitch.
He's dead man walking there, Anthony. He's dead man walking there.
Oh God, yeah.
It's funny. It is funny. But my final point of argument and sort of discussion, Graham Potter has been renowned for a back 5, and he's tried to bring that in at West Ham, and obviously he's been enforced to do that in a sort of injury scenario. But when we have a returning Jean-Claude Todibo very shortly, hopefully, what does he do there? Because, I thought it was quite noticeable on Monday. Mavropanos was on the bench, obviously, and didn't start. And we had like 4 fullbacks on the pitch, but not our only other fit centre-half in Konstantinos Mavropanos. So when Todibo comes back, do you reckon either one of Soufal and Creswell drops down for Todibo, or do you reckon he'll revert to a back 4? It's an interesting one because he likes that back 5. Mike, I'll start with you. He likes that back 5.
He likes to play a 4-3, really, doesn't he? That's what he likes to do. And that can change into a 5-3-2 or a 1-4-5 or whatever you want to make it. Depends when you got the ball and you haven't got the ball. To be honest, I think that Creswell and Soufal have been doing all right in there.
They've really put a foot wrong, haven't they?
And Kilman's looked better.
Yeah.
They're 2 good games.
The other thing I'd add to that, Mike, I really like Wan-Bissaka further up the pitch. Everyone said to me that Man United got rid of because he can't attack. I think, blimey, he's really good up there. He causes trouble, gets across in every game. He looks dangerous up there. So
he's direct. That's the thing. He gets the ball. He wants to put the ball in the box. And he's quick, and he's something that we haven't had for a long time on that flank.
This ticky-tacky football, I think, can go out of fashion. I think honestly, a bit more direct football may come in a bit, and that would suit us, I think, especially with Ferguson as a target man. I think we'll have more bodies getting in the box, get the 2 wing backs up the pitch, which like Emerson could do it, definitely, and so could Ollie Scholes. Wan-Bissaka for the right, I think it suits us.
Yeah, I think he's our signing of the season for sure.
Get more balls in the box. If you get 10, 2 of them are probably going to be dangerous. If you keep passing it backwards and forwards across the flipping pitch, you ain't going to put those crosses in, are you?
Yeah, I mean, just in that sort of signing of the season debate, if you'd have asked anybody in that away end on Monday night who the signing of the season was, Mike, who would it have been?
Oh, well, yeah, obviously for me, yeah, it's him all day long.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka, for me, he is, honestly, okay, the fans are all, singing Irvin's name.
That was what I was getting at, yeah.
Oh, what you were getting at then, okay. And he had a decent game, and he's deserved to start. But for me, the signing of the season is Wan-Bissaka, full stop.
15 million for him is brilliant.
I'm glad for Irvin, to be totally honest.
The Chelsea fans must have been like, "Blimmin' hell, who's this bloke here?" We had about 9.
Because I was stood right next to him, and he was going, like, "Who's that? And who's that?"
I must admit, you guys are funny. You guys are funny singing Nicole Palmer. You're just a shit, Andy.
It was brilliant. There was that. Andy Irvin's having a party. Andy Irvin. There was so many of them. It was just
Irvin
brilliant.
Scores on the pitch, yeah.
Oh yeah, Irvin scores were on the pitch. Andy Irving, he's coming for you. There was so many of them, but it was brilliant, and people were just like, I mean.
But then that's good for him, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He took it in good measure because he came out in an interview saying his girlfriend was in the away end, and he said, "I hope she was singing along." I bet she must think, "Christ, these people are amazing. All they've done is sing my boyfriend's name. They haven't sung no one else's name. We just sang Andy Irving for like 40 minutes." So we was like, "Wow."
It's just, we like a bit of irony and a bit of fun, so. Well, we got to, haven't we, supporting West Ham, full stop.
Exactly. Oh, it was brilliant. It was like, we took him under our wing, and I mean, there were people going around laughing, like just looking bemused, singing along, like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah, you got to enjoy yourself.
It reminds me, a few years ago, I was at the bridge, and we got a chance, Martin's in goal, singing out the whole game because
Martin's in
goal, yeah, absolutely.
That was a 0-0 draw, wasn't it? I think, was it?
What 1-0 win?
1-0 win. Creswell scored down that end, didn't
he? With his right peg.
That's right, inside with his right foot and buried it in the corner. But no, that was I think that's just a bit of fun, and it's like we're massive, and it's just to wind people up.
And I mean, 6 years on from that game against Chelsea, Martin's in goal. We've still got Creswell in our starting life. Imagine saying to yourself, 6 years ago, when Creswell put that into the back of your net, in 6 years' time, Aaron Creswell will still be putting a solid performance in the West Ham back line. Right?
To be fair, he's had 2 decent games, Jay.
He has.
He's been a West Ham legend, solid performer. How long he's been here? Must be 10 years.
How long has he been here now? He must be knocking on a testimonial, isn't he?
I think he was 14, 15. I think he signed start of that season. I'm guessing it's August 14, something like that. He signed.
I think something around there. Let's have a little look, because he was at Ipswich before, wasn't he? That's the old song.
Yeah.
But, he joined in July 2014.
Yeah, Gary's right. Sounds right about that, right?
He's been very solid. I mean, he hasn't got the legs. We all know he's got the legs, but he's got the brain, and he's probably got, in my opinion, one of the best first touches at the club. Very rarely does the ball bounce off him. He's got a really good first touch, a good brain on him. One-on-one, he's dead. We all know that, but as part of a 3-man centre back, he doesn't get exposed to that, which is good.
Yeah, he's been here 11 years in July, which is phenomenal, and absolutely fair play to him. It has also been a great week emptying. Well, I mean, for some of them there wasn't anything to empty, but emptying the North London. I mean, it couldn't have gone any better, really, could it? It was perfect, right? I had 2 objectives: Arsenal lose Tuesday night or Wednesday night, and Spurs lose Thursday night. Brilliant, done, job done. Spurs battered, Arsenal out.
The thing about Spurs, I mean, Anne's come out saying he was with his second year. He's not playing Kilmarnock and Wraith Rovers now. He's playing proper teams now.
He will win Fresh Air this year, right? And that's FA, which is also an interpretation to what else he's going to win, right? He's going to win absolutely nothing, and it's hilarious.
It is.
To be fair, they've got a lot of injuries, but that lot didn't have a shot on target last night. And you got in a semi-final of a cup, you at least got to, put a bit more effort in that.
I mean, to be totally honest, Gary, I had a strong deja vu. 6,000 fans travelling up on a weeknight in a Carabao Cup game, not laying a glove on Liverpool.
Same, wasn't it? Yeah.
When did that ever happen to us, Jake? We would do that.
I know.
We would do that.
We'd never do that. In fact, we'd do it 2 years running.
It won the semi-final. You know what I mean? We lost 4-0.
Well, yeah, true. It was a quarter-final. Yeah.
against
Yeah.
Forest, but we had Tony Gale sent off in the first few minutes, and we battled like hell that day, and we kept.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I mean? But you know, they didn't lay a glove on, did they? Not a glove.
I didn't watch the game, but I know we felt last year when I saw the team come out. I thought, oh God, I've come all this way for this.
I know.
But in more positive news, I've just been paid £20 by Vinted for selling a hoodie. Good stuff. Good
That's
stuff.
another hopes I can have then. Yeah.
The most
Yeah.
positive news of the night, Jake, you haven't told us one of your crappy jokes, which is good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't got any of my brilliant jokes. I'll I'll save them for next time because I can see the anticipation is killing you. That will do, gents. Thank you very much indeed. We now
Pleasure.
don't have a game until when? The 15th. Brentford at home, then Arsenal away. So plenty
Win can
to
tomorrow
come.
night.
Yes. Yeah. We got a game
Who are you
tomorrow.
playing tomorrow?
Is it Millbrook? Oh, I can't remember now.
The club president don't know who his team's playing tomorrow.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah,
You
he
going,
don't
Jake?
know who he's playing, but he'll be there. Apparently, I've been sent some jokes. I sent
Who are you
Jake
playing
jokes.
tomorrow, Jake?
Pardon?
Where are you going to watch tomorrow?
I don't know. In my bed, hopefully. To be honest, I need some sleep. Dad, you haven't sent me any jokes. You should have sent me some jokes. Right, there we go. Jake is minted on Vinted. I wish. I want some new shoes. I'm gonna get some new Adidas shoes because I feel like it. So I've got,
They're
Good
not
for you,
cheap. They're not cheap.
they are on Vinted. There's no way I'm paying 80 quid for them new. I can tell you that. I sent Jake jokes in the week. I'm not looking back there. Right. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Official if you want it. Right. On the next show, I'm going to have a HD camera here and you'll see me in even more pristine quality. Right. Your dream. Your absolute dream.
Right on.
I have no words for that.
Oh dear. From us, come on, you irons, and we'll see you soon. Oh, hang on. We've got some jokes. Oh, I don't think I can read this out. I'll be honest. I think I actually remember what it is. Hang on. Let me just go on it. Yeah, I can't read that out.
No.
From us, come on, you irons.
That's the watershed.
Yeah, and we will see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
See you guys.